Hey guys, John Ledger here from Anxiety Struggle is Real. Sorry that I've been gone for 4 weeks, but just a whole bunch of things got in the way of me doing videos. But I'm back and changing things up just a little bit. I'm using less notes. I'm trying to do much shorter videos, and I'm trying to be more myself, which the one big thing that might stand out is I'm probably going to swear more. So that's that. I always start out, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, and you know the rest. I'm here to help. I've been doing this a long time. I want to talk about self-esteem in this video and the next one. Also, after that, I'm going to talk about positivity and faith. These three things, in my opinion, are hugely important to our dealing with, coping with, recovering, and healing from mental illness. Very, very big, very, very important, just as important as the therapies that we go through or any medications that we might take. So, low self-esteem, what is it? It's how we perceive ourselves. We perceive ourselves as shit. We're worthless. And we look at other people and we think they feel the same about us. I asked a question in a couple of videos a while back, but I didn't get a whole lot of response. But I asked, which came first, low self-esteem or anxiety? I'd asked that question for a reason. I wasn't able to put together what I wanted to because I didn't get the response that I wanted, which is fine. Thank you to the people that did. So we won't get into that. But my opinion is low self-esteem comes first. At least in my life, it definitely did. I had one particular person and then a couple other people in my life that just beat me down as much as they possibly could. From the time I was 5 till I finally, till I was God knows how old in my teens. Not going to succeed. You're going to fail. You're a loser. You're this, you're that. Whatever. Just, I don't need to get into my story too much. But that's when my low self-esteem started. But my anxiety didn't start until my late 20s. And that person, by that point, no longer had any kind of power over me or the other people. I had a coach once that told the coach of the other team, when he asked him, what about Ledger's score? My coach said, don't worry about that one. It doesn't matter. I'm saying that for a very specific reason. And that stuck with me. And I know that affected my self-esteem. Anyway, anxiety and low self-esteem feed off of each other. Low self-esteem creates anxiety because low self-esteem makes us afraid or nervous to do a lot of different things. And anxiety, if we start with the anxiety and we don't have low self-esteem, it will create the low self-esteem because it then limits us in what we can do, and we feel bad about what we can and can't do. So it creates a really wicked cycle, whichever starts first. Doesn't really matter. So how does low self-esteem actually affect anxiety? It affects social anxiety in a huge way. Obviously, we don't want to go out. We don't want to talk to people. We think we're not interesting. A lot of us freak out when we're talking to somebody. We get these weird rushes and stuff because we just think that we sound stupid, or they think we sound stupid, even if we don't think we do. We always think that the worst is going to happen with things. Like a good example is we're going to go to the mall. There's going to be a lot of people. We're going to freak out when we're in the mall. Low self-esteem makes you think the worst of yourself and what's going to happen in your life. And those thoughts over a long enough period of time become your controlling thoughts. At least it did for me, and I'm pretty confident it has for a lot of you as well. I'm trying to use less notes too, but I still got to use some. When you have low self-esteem, tend to be very negative about a lot of stuff. Our attitudes get really poor. And again, we think the worst is going to happen. We're thinking that we're going to get sick, or we're going to fail, or we can't do our job. We're nervous to go do our job. And that creates, those things create the same cycle. We have anxiety going to work because we feel like we can't do it, and that brings us down, and we think that we suck, and we have low self-esteem and anxiety and so on and so forth. So how do we fix this? How do we fix our self-esteem? It's really pretty, I'm not going to use the word easy. It's the concept, in my opinion, is pretty easy, but it's going to take a hell of a lot of work. And we're going to talk about that in the next video, because I'm going to keep this short. It's just shy of 6 minutes. If you don't mind hitting the like button, subscribe, I would really appreciate it. If it's, you see it on Facebook, share it. I'd really appreciate it. We're going to get into improving our self-esteem the next time, and it'll be soon, I promise. Watch it, because I know you need it. Thanks, guys.